In our windows here up in the broadcast booth, and we are in the middle of the desert here, foothills of the Sunrise Mountains, and it will be a factor today as these teams play their third day of competition.
7-a-side rugby, 7 minutes each way. This is the second half. Andrew Turnbull spilt ball there. So
now that doesn't sound like a lot of time, Scott, to play sports, 7 minutes, but when there's only 7 of you on a full-size field and you're playing both sides of the ball, attack and defense, it's incredibly taxing on the body.
Yeah, the fitness of these players absolutely exceptional on this. The quality of the pitch, I've been very, very impressed with. It's a fantastic surface to play rugby on.
Isn't it? Underneath it is the artificial pitch where the University of Nevada, Las Vegas plays their football, their American football.
When you hit,
but this field is brought in, and so we can play on grass as we like to in rugby.
Change there for Scotland. Mike Figo in the middle, he's the hooker. So 3-a-side in the scrum. Kennedy comes up, tackles his opposite number, Albanell. Switch play by Lijtenstein. Arocena. Tackled by Fiskin to the ground. Now recycle possession here. Lijtenstein in wearing the 8 jersey. Goes back down the blind side. Finds a bit of space. This is the support of Pintos. Good play here by Uruguay.
You need to open up. 4, black.
The penalty there for the Scottish player not releasing the Uruguayan player from the tackle.
Similar to the earlier penalty. This time Uruguay 5 meters out. The fake behind the back. He finally gives it. And let's look at Scotland. The dark blue jerseys pushing forward. They're exerting the pressure even though they're on defense.
Lijtenstein then had to take the ball into contact to reset the play. Good handling here. Rishi steps back against the grain. Gets the support of his Albanell. Now, great play here by Uruguay. The defensive tackles coming in thick and fast from Scotland. Fado's got his hands on the ball. McGuigan to Colin Gregor. Now, this might be a length of the sprint for Andrew Turnbull. There's space out there, and Turnbull can really shift. Will he have a go? Gets the support of Colin Gregor. We've seen that one too in this game. The experience heads from the Scottish rugby team.
Just as Graham Shield asked for, if we're going to go wide, we're going to play with width, we've got to have support. And right now the Scots are doing it side-to-side action. Incredibly difficult for Uruguay to cope with this.
Because Scotland are in possession, here's Turnbull. Turnbull stretches his legs through the middle. He's having to work very hard. But the speedster in under the post. So Andrew Turnbull giving Scotland confidence. 110 tries on the circuit so far.
Well, remarkable finisher that he is. What may have looked like an easy try is really built up because of those previous possessions. 3-4 times Uruguay having to go back and forth, and finally there's just too much space in the middle, and with this man's pure pace, they're not going to stop him.
And Gareth, of course, if you don't have the ball in this game, the defensive chores, it's difficult to chase.
It really is, and okay, especially when the sun's coming out on day 3. That's when you really feel it. But Turnbull is no stranger to the try line, as we've seen, and he's been very impressive this week. Just really not getting as much possession, perhaps, as he'd like, and as much space as he'd like.
And as we're aware, 5 points for a try, 2 points for the added conversion.
Substitution, blue.
So Scotland well in control of this particular tie and heading into the final, the Shield final.
Right, and you see on our screen, it is the Shield. So we have 4 levels of competition in a sevens tournament. They play it out in the first part of the tournament in pool play, and then we get divided up into plate, bowl, Shield competitions.
Gregor with the restart. Good tap back by Uruguay. You see the way that Scotland counter-up that. They got the possession back. McGuigan on to Colin Gregor. The speedster, Andrew Turnbull. And Turnbull in at the corner, despite the tackle of Mieres, winning the number 10 jersey there for Uruguay.
Well,
so simplicity.
We're going to start a new statistic on the HSBC Sevens World Series. It's assists, and I think Colin Gregor's going to be leading it. He always seems to be the last man to give a pass. But here it was, the turnover ball. Good quick, good straight running. And Turnbull didn't fight the try line, didn't get bundled into touch into the sideline there, kept his feet in and got the ball down.
And it was good execution with a pass delivered straight to Turnbull. He didn't have to break his stand. And we've now got the conversion attempt coming from this man, Colin Gregor.
Yeah, he gets to kick it from the line straight back from where it was touched down. So this is a very difficult angle. And that drop kick Didn't get through, but I think they're going to give him a rest. He's done his work. He'll have one more match to play, and there's the sub.
So on to the pitch comes Fraser Hartness. He had the start. The kickoff restart. On the far side then, Arocena goes to the deck for Uruguay. Big hands, good hands there. Uruguay just stretching the defence. Favaro takes it into the contact.
High tackle.
This is a look at Specker. Specker wrapped up in the tackle by Hartness, but for a previous infringement, Uruguay will have the penalty.
Yeah, it's what we call advantage. The referee gave them a chance to try and make something happen. It didn't come off, so he gave him another opportunity. And a great sidestep there from the Uruguayan, the substitute Favaro, who's been dangerous previously in the tournament. Well, the crowd love it. They love an underdog in sevens rugby, Scott, and Uruguay are that in this match, but good finish from them.
Felipe Berchesi in for the try, but it was the wonderful break by Federico Favaro.
I think his defensive work is a little bit suspect. That's why he's a sub in this match. But look at how threatening he is. The ball in one hand, eyes up. Across comes the Scottish sweeper. Sean Kennedy deals with him. Well, slows him down anyways, but then the offload and that good support from behind the ball gets the try for Berchesi.
Well, it's such a feature of the game, although Uruguay were completely out of it. They're still showing great heart, great spirit. And look at the reaction they got from the crowd as well.
Yeah, this you sort of, at a sevens tournament when you're supporting, you kind of have your team and then a couple of others that you like, and often it's the underdog. Anyone who's been to the famous Hong Kong tournaments, part of this series, some great scenes and great moments of people supporting the other teams.
So although the ball went out of play, Andrew Turnbull was able to take a quick restart. This is McGuigan, good feet from McGuigan, and although the hooter has gone for the end of the match, Scotland perhaps would still want to score at the other end.
Well, this is perhaps a bit surprising. I mean, the coach told them to keep playing with intensity. They could have kicked that ball off the field and ended the game. And instead, it could be Uruguay with the last lap.
Berchesi. And a bit of width out here on the far side by Arocena. He goes in for the Uruguayan try. So a good riposte from Uruguay.
He did release.
Scoring 2 tries against Scotland. They have the last say in this tie.
Really no surprise. It's been watching these guys. Uruguay have worked very, very hard. A lot of a learning curve here in Las Vegas. And again, Favaro asking questions of the defense, offloading the ball. And finally, Arocena is open on the end. He trots it in. So it won't make a difference to the results here, but a clear reflection of all the heart and the passion that Uruguay have brought to this tournament.
Still the additional 2 points. So the final score in this semi-final, Scotland 40.